Hey, it's Rachel from All About Planners. This is a review of the Agendio. So I've purchased a couple of custom planners from them before, and as I was going through their planner builder thing, you can choose all these add-on pages, and I thought, you know what, I could do some plain dot grid notebooks and use these for bullet journaling. So I did a couple of different variations to show you guys, and also because I want to just try out some different options. So they have the usual cardstock with like a clear plasticky cover thing that you see on some planners, but then more recently they've come out with this option for a more sturdy cover which wraps around the book, as you can see there. So it does add a bit of like bulk to it, but it's a lot more sturdy. That's not nudging at all. And both of them have space if you want to add tabs, which they will do for you if you want to pay a little bit extra for that. I opted to just leave it blank because I figure I can use some sticky notes. I did add tabs for the like dated planners, but I figured it wasn't really worth it for a bullet journal. And as you can see, different page sizes. There's also a size bigger again, full letter size, but I thought that would be too big, so I just got the medium and then the A5. This one's about 7 by 9ish. I'll have the full sizes in the description box below. You can opt to add an elastic band if you want. I did for this one, didn't for this one, just wanted to see the comparison. And I'll just show you the different sizes real quick, if I can lift them up one hand. So when you do have that cover around it, it's a bit more expensive because obviously it's more sturdy and it does add a bit of thickness, but overall the weight of them, they're all quite light. You could definitely put these in your handbag. This one's getting a little heavy, maybe not that one so much. Okay, so let's have a look inside. You can pick what spacing you want for the dot grid. I opted for 1/4 of an inch. You can also choose to add lined notes pages if you want. So I did a combination of pages in this one. There's also graph. And then I just did dot grid in these ones. You can choose if you want a bit of color. So I opted for a colored line up the top here, which matches the color of the cover. And this one I just went with black. Black is cheaper than doing color printing. You can do different colors throughout as well. As you can see, the dot grid, I chose the same for regardless of the page size, but you can pick different if you want. And I've just got that continued the whole way through. You can fold this one back on itself, just like you would with a coil bound. It doesn't work perfectly, but I mean, you can't do that with a sewn bound notebook anyway. And would I rather bright white paper in this one versus the yucky yellow in a sewn bound? Definitely not. So that was the main reason I got these, because I really like the paper quality from the weekly versions that I've got of theirs. So next, I suppose you can see it there already. Next I wanted to show you the graph paper. If I can remember which one I put that in. I think it was in the big one. I ordered so many of these I'm getting a little confused. Okay, it was the big one. Right, so let's have a look. You can put as many pages in as you want. Since I figured I'll be doing dot journaling the most, I did obviously heaps of those pages, and then just a couple of different ones at the back. So we've got the graph. It's again 1/4 of an inch grid, which I chose. You can pick whatever size you want. I got some that are dash grid, and then some that are solid grid. I can just turn the page. Solid grid as well. I think I prefer the dash grid. It's more faint, so if I'm ruling lines, it's going to show up more than on the solid. And I also got some lined as well, and some blank. And then lined, you can again pick your line spacing as well. I think I went for 1/4 of an inch as well for that, which is pretty standard. So custom from start to finish. If you choose one of the coil bound, like this covers, you can monogram it if you want. I would say that their cover designs are definitely something they need to improve on. There's not many options to choose from, and the colors are sometimes not that great. Like this one has sort of cream, I don't know if you can see that, instead of white between the design. However, everything else about this planner, I absolutely love it. The paper quality is really good. It's bright white. I will include a link to a pen test that I've done previously on their planners. That will be linked below in the description box if you want to have a look. And I will eventually be using these for bullet journaling, and once I do, I will post a link to that in the description box below as well. So I hope you found this video helpful. I'll include a link to their website if you wanted to have a go at creating a custom notebook for yourself.